Ever wonder what really separates the wildly successful from, well, everyone else? You know, it's not about the money or luck or even some kind of genius-level talent. In this explainer, we're going to break down the one thing that can completely change the direction of your life, and that's your mindset.
So what on earth is this thinking gap? It has absolutely nothing to do with how high your IQ is. Think of it like the operating system you run in your mind. It's the software you use to handle every challenge, every opportunity, and really just how you see the world. It is the foundation for literally everything that comes next.
All right, Section 1, the Great Thinking Gap. The whole idea here is pretty simple, but it's powerful. It all starts right up here, in your mind.
Just look at this. It's basically a direct pipeline. The quality of your thoughts directly determines the quality of your life. I mean, it makes sense, right? Wise, constructive thinking, that leads to growth, to good things. But chaotic, negative, or just plain stupid thinking, well, that leads you down a totally different path. The connection is that simple and honestly that profound.
Okay, on to Section 2, mastering the present moment. Look, if your mind is the engine, then your focus is the steering wheel, and your power, your real power, is always right now.
We get so trapped in these two places, don't we? When we look back at yesterday, we either blow our mistakes way out of proportion or we over-exaggerate how great our past victories were. And when we look ahead to tomorrow, we always overestimate what we're going to get done, which is just a perfect recipe for procrastination. But the real tragedy? We consistently underestimate the incredible power of what we can do today.
This is it, right here, now. It is the only time you can actually do something, the only moment you can make a change. And you know what? Successful people, they get this. They live in the now, they're fully present, and that lets them squeeze every single drop of potential out of this exact moment. So this brings us to probably the most important question you can ask yourself, today or any day. What are you actually doing with your now? Because the things you do today, they aren't just for today. They're the only building blocks you have to create a better tomorrow.
All right, Section 3, action creates motivation. This whole focus on now leads us to a huge kind of counterintuitive secret about what really gets us motivated. And chances are we've been thinking about it completely wrong.
Now this flips the entire script on motivation. We all think we need to feel motivated before we can do something. But the truth is, motivation isn't the fuel that starts the car, it's the exhaust that comes out after it's already moving. It's that good feeling you get after you've started doing the work.
I mean, look at the left side. That's the trap most of us fall into, right? We just wait. We wait for that magical feeling of motivation to strike. But the real secret? It's over on the right. Just start. Just do it. Take one tiny action, and I promise you, you'll watch motivation rush in to meet you.
And that feeling right there, that's the reward. The second you begin, this little feeling of accomplishment kicks in. You start to feel good, you build momentum, and you're so glad you pushed through that initial resistance. That feeling, that is the motivation you were waiting for all along.
Let's move on to Section 4, commitment forges habits. So taking a single action is like a spark, right? But how do you keep that fire going?
Well, you do it by turning that action into something automatic.
And let's be super clear about this. Just trying or thinking about it, that's not going to cut it. All your potential just stays locked up inside until you truly commit. You have to decide for real that you're all in.
This one is huge. We all know what we're supposed to do, right? We know we should eat better or exercise more or get started on that big project. This right here is one of the biggest hurdles in life. That massive gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it. Oh, I love this comparison. It's so perfect. Goal setting, that's the plan. You can write it down with a pencil from your desk. That's the knowing part. But go-getting, actually achieving that goal, that's done with your legs. It needs real action out in the real world. So how long does it take for that action to actually stick? Well, the magic number you hear a lot is about 30 days. For about 30 days, you have to be consistent, you have to be committed, and that's what it takes to basically install a new automatic habit into your life.
And that's the beauty of a good habit. Once you've put in the work and it's installed, you stop wasting willpower on it. It just becomes something you do. It's automatic. And over time, these positive habits stop being just things you do. They actually become a part of who you are.
Okay, Section 5, our final piece of the puzzle, the uphill climb. So we've got the right thoughts, we're taking action, we're building habits.
But there is one last, non-negotiable reality we have to face, and that's the reality of hard work.
This is just one of those fundamental truths of life. I mean, think about it. You've never ever heard of someone having an accidental achievement. Nobody stumbles their way to the top of a mountain and says, "Whoa, how did I get here?" Success is always a deliberate climb.
Yeah, reaching that summit is a conscious journey. It takes everything you've got. And there is no elevator to success. There's no escalator. You have to take the stairs. You have to walk all the way up, one intentional step at a time.
So many people are just chasing that feeling of inspiration. They're waiting for that lightning bolt of a great idea. But you know what? Inspiration is cheap. It's pretty much useless if you're not willing to add the sweat, the perspiration, to make it real.
And this isn't a choice. It's not either or. For anything that truly matters, you can't have one without the other. It's got to be both and. You need that spark of inspiration and the relentless hard work of perspiration to actually bring it to life.
And this right here brings our entire journey full circle. It loops right back to what we said about motivation. Don't sit around waiting for inspiration to show up. Roll up your sleeves, dive in, and just do the work. You will be amazed at how inspired you feel once you're in the middle of it. Action. Action is the catalyst for absolutely everything. And so, that leaves us right here. You've heard all the ideas. You might even be feeling that little spark of inspiration right now. But the real test, the only one that actually matters, is what you do next. The inspiration is here. The real question is, are you ready for the perspiration?